Okay, so Tuesdays with Morrie. Like I think you're never too old to get back on track and follow your dreams. Like Morrie, he like was old and dying. He never gave up in his morals and values. So, that's good. Yeah.
And he like he stayed strong and he he had morals and he had all these like really inspiring views on towards specific things, and
He was like getting ready.
he knew how to live.
Yeah, of course. Like for society, like society's never afraid of things they don't understand. For example, like death. Stuff like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, like in the book it says that we believe in death, but we know we're gonna die, but we don't believe it. Yeah, because I think it's because we're scared. Because knowing you're going to die, it's scary.
It's true.
Yeah, like just go learn how to die and you learn how to live.
Yeah, because I feel like once you know you're going to die, like okay, if you find out that you're going to die today,
It's like you feel nerve-wracking. It's
That's
like
when you start living.
yeah, you start living,
enjoying life.
you go do things that you do things that are like meaningful and have purpose to it. You don't waste time.
I have a question to ask you guys. Like, how does Morrie's childhood affect his behavior as an adult?
Well, Morrie experienced a lot of things. Like he lost, I think, losing his mom and dad were the biggest events. Yeah, were the biggest events because in the book he talks about how he had to like see his mom die, and then he was raised by his stepmom. Yeah, his dad was never there and stuff, and then seeing his dad die too, and his dad,
That's hard.
because his dad didn't really care about him and his mother.
His dad doesn't want him to talk about his mom, right?
And he didn't want to be like his dad, so he learned. Yeah, so like experiencing those, he like that built his character, and he
Yeah, it's good. Like, do you guys have anything to say?
Yeah, I do. Oh, you can first. You go first. I think the big idea is that Morrie's so open about his death, where most people let themselves go. He's still living by the moment. Like I like Mitch. He said that he gave away a lot of dreams for a bigger paycheck. And I like the way how Morrie's just doing what he loves, even though if he's not getting paid as much.
Sorry, can I add to that? With Mitch just going for paychecks and stuff, that reminds me of Morrie telling Mitch that he should, like in the quote he says to devote his life to like loving others and his community and like meaning and purpose, and not wasting time chasing things that aren't important. Because so people don't chase things because they think once they finally get that thing they're gonna be happy. But to be happy, I think is to love others and have
You don't need material.
materialistic. Because in the book, that's what Mitch is doing. He's chasing he has this job that he doesn't even really like. Just for money.
Musician.
Yeah.
But he does something.
You should live every day as if it were your last. You should do things that make you happy, and you should do things because you want to do it, not because of what society tells you.
Society and making other people happy.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, the world is busy changing things, and they think that, they need to pay attention. You don't need to pay attention. It matters.
Sorry, you can finish talking.
Oh no, I think that was my point, which you mentioned.
Sorry. Ooh, do you have anything else to add?
Here, you have something to say, right?
Oh, there was this. On page 40, it says something about you want to do something, but you tend to do something else. What do you guys think of that? Like, where you want to do something, but society makes you pull towards doing something that's possible.
I guess you have to do whatever your heart desires. Like, you have to do what you want to do, not what other people want you to do.
I think that connects to what we were just talking about.
Don't let anyone dictate what you do.
Yeah, for example, culture. You shouldn't let culture and society dictate what you want to do and stuff.
I really liked a part of the book that like Morrie said that he thought that love is the most important thing in this world, and that like nothing else matters and stuff like that, and that like the importance of like a family and like you can have like one friend that really is important to you, but nothing is more important than like your friend, your family, and your really.
Yeah, he talks about that in the book. He says, you know, like as he was dying, all his family came and stuff. You know, because you can have like all these close friends, but you know, once you're like dying, you notice how like the importance of
How close your family is to you.
Yeah, but they seem like I had this neighbor and she was about to die and like and she was about to die and then when she just when she was dying everyone showed up, but then when she passed away like everyone was looking for her money. So they didn't
really care about they just care about the money.
Can you think of like Mitch even? Like he says he was never gonna forget him and he'll be back and he'll always be there for Morrie.
Yeah.
But he's only there now that when he's dying. Like where was he when he was okay and alive and everything?
That's good. Yeah. I agree.
What do you guys think about that hibiscus plant?
It's a metaphor for Morrie's life, like as you know, as he got sicker and was going to die. It's actually like a metaphor for like life. Yeah,
basically.
Because you know, life there's like stages, and then once you go into different stages. Because in the book, the hibiscus flower was like shedding its leaves, right?
Yeah.
And that's the different. Sorry.
Like when they were in the class, Mitch was looking at the tree, like it was shedding its leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So does anyone else?
What do you guys think Morrie meant like by the statement "love or perish"? You know, because he really liked that quote and he kept like repeating it in the book. What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think he meant?
Love and
Like, why do you think it was so important to him? Like that quote? Why?
like I think I don't know, like I think that he's trying to say like be happy with what you have. Like I guess like thank God for what you have and like cherish.
Because like love is I think love is like the most important thing.
Most
You know.
Yeah. What else?
Oh, in the book, Morrie talks about how you should create your own culture and.
Oh yeah. I like that when he was like, "Oh, make your own, don't buy it," or something like that.
Wait, here,
Read it. Page 40. Culture, don't buy it.
culture you have does not
He make it your own. He was like
No, sorry, just let her read it. She has it.
like the culture we have doesn't make people feel good about themselves, and you have to be strong enough to say the culture doesn't work for you. So yeah,
If you don't like it,
don't buy it and make your own. That's what he said. Right? He was like, make a change by yourself.
You should ignore everything else. You know, you should just
if it's not what if it's not what you want, then don't go.
You should ignore culture because, you know, like now society, it kind of tells you what to think, you know. It doesn't really, like, okay, it hints to things. It doesn't say it exactly. It's not like direct, but it tells you how to think. It like, for example, like TV and stuff. Like, there's all this propaganda, you know. They say stuff. They don't like say it directly, but you know, once they repeat like something more than once, that's how you start to think, you know. Even if you don't realize it, that's what's happening. And you shouldn't do that. You should like you should follow your
heart.
follow your purpose, like follow your passion,
like what you want. And don't let anyone get involved with it and make you think that you shouldn't.
how you should think. You should think. Yeah. Wait, there's this quote. I can't find it anymore, but it was something. It was about the culture. Wait. in the book.
You have a lot of clothes. Down.
No, it's talking about how you should develop your own culture, but I forgot. I had something to add on to that. I have something to say.
Well, there's this quote. It's like the culture we have does not make people feel good about themselves, and that like you have to. Oh, you said it? That's what you said? Oh, yes.
It's okay.
You're right.
Oh, here's a quote from the book to what we were talking about. It says, most of us walk around as if we're sleepwalking. We really don't experience the world fully because we're half asleep doing things we automatically think we have to do. And that just goes to what we were just discussing about
I think
culture.
it's easy said and easy done, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
We want things. If everything was free, we wouldn't be chasing anything. But life is set up in a way where we have to chase things. Like it's not just
And work hard for.
It's not just our society has been doing it, it's been dating back years by years. Like expansion, like countries taking out other countries. Like, it's just human nature.
There was one point in the book when like Morrie was teaching people a lesson about life or something.
Oh, he was saying that
He was a sociologist.
Yeah. And what was he saying? He was like,
I like this. Oh, sorry.
wait, can't remember what he was saying. Let me try to find it. Okay, you can.
I liked his idea of detachment. You know how in the book it says you should detach yourself from. Yeah, you can add on to it. Add on to it. No, go ahead. Yeah, the detachment. Add on to it. Oh, okay. So I just think that you should detach yourself from the life and just live fully. Because everybody's so preoccupied with things they think they need to do, what they need to have.
Just be free.
They're not really living. Like they're not living. They're kind of like prisoners in this like society.
Busy and worrying about.
I found another culture quote. It says, Mitch, the culture doesn't encourage you to think about such things until you're about to die. We're so wrapped up with egotistical things, career, family, having an appointment, meeting the mortgage, getting a new car, fixing the radiator when it breaks. We're involved in trillions of little acts just so we don't get into the habit of standing back and looking at our lives and saying, is this all? Is this all I want? Is something missing? You need something to prod you in that direction. It won't just happen automatically.
Yeah, like
I highlighted that. I got that part too. No, I like it.
What page is that on?
64 and 65.
I think what it's trying to say is that like you're too like worried about like your career, like what kind of car we drive, like you drive and stuff like that, and then they start to notice what life is really about.
But realistically speaking, what are you supposed to do if you have a mortgage to pay? Like, would you just, like, I hear someone like that sometimes as well. Like he says, be happy with what you have or whatever, and don't really care about making money or whatever. But what are you supposed to do when you have like bills to pay and everything? Like, you can't just let everything go. Everything has to be balanced.
Well, you do have to be like worried about your lifestyle and how you live and stuff like that, but nothing's more important.
There's a quote. It's like, people are buying things they want, not things they need. It's in the book, like they're saying like, people need food, but people want ice cream. Like there's a difference between things that you need and things you want. And I think people now they're just spending money on things that they don't really need. So just impress people. Like there's a quote that people spend money on things they don't like really to impress people they don't even like. Because I think life is a competition to impress each other. Like I have a nicer car than you.
Course bag or something like that.
Yeah.
And like I think that they spend like thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars in like small things like purses, stuff like that.
Yeah, so like to what you're saying, I think you shouldn't get